Joe Biden slamming President Trump in the battleground state of Michigan. Listen.
Has Trump delivered on stopping companies from shipping jobs overseas, American jobs? You already know the answer. Of course not. The rate of offshoring by federal contractors, they're people that get federal dollars, big companies being paid by U.S. taxpayers, has doubled under Trump.
The Democratic nominee discussing his economic plan, Made in America, which includes penalizing companies that take jobs overseas. Here now to discuss is Mike Huckabee, former Arkansas governor. He is also a Fox News contributor and the author of the new book, 3 C's That Made America Great: Christianity, Capitalism, and the Constitution. Governor, thanks so much for joining us. This strikes me as a very bizarre attack on the president, because this has been one of the things that against a lot of the advice of a lot of economic advisors, that he has made number one, this idea of penalizing companies if they do have jobs overseas and giving them incentives to bring it back, emphasizing Made in America when, you know, traditional economists, especially on the right, think that open borders and free trade leads to the best things for consumers, even though it may lose jobs. So why would Joe Biden take this tack?
Melissa, it's been the most bizarre thing. I was watching the speech, and I had to look a second time to make sure that was really Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden has a long history of plagiarizing other people's speeches, but today he was plagiarizing somebody else's accomplishments. Donald Trump campaigned on and has delivered on the notion of bringing jobs, especially manufacturing jobs, back to America, and he has delivered on that. He renegotiated the trade deals, not only NAFTA to the USMCA, but he's pushed back hard on China to the point that, I mean, it was shaky for a lot of people because they were thinking, gee, we've got this great market in China. But the president was right. He's the first to stand up under Obama-Biden. And let me be very fair, Melissa, they didn't do it by themselves. The Republicans were right there shoulder to shoulder with them, making these deals for multinational big corporations so that they got rich, but a lot of jobs went away. The president has worked to bring those back, and he's done it. One of the reasons that so many people in the establishment of Washington hate Donald Trump is because he's messed up their lovely little game that they got rich with. And yet it was making a lot of Americans poor. So I'm just astonished. I don't know who wrote that speech for Joe Biden, but their lack of self-awareness is stunning.
So there has been a lot. I mean, it's not unusual for politicians to say things, and forgive me, I know that you're a reformed politician at this point, recovered.
I'm recovering, yes.
It's not unusual to have people say things that aren't true on the campaign trail. But if you listen to this and then you listen to, you know, Joe Biden talks about, you know, President Trump's rich friends have done better, while workers, he doesn't care about workers. Workers have been hurt. If you look at the actual math of it, you know, a lot of people at the top end are paying more taxes than ever before, unfortunately, I would have to say, and are, you know, and you have a lot of, you know, the median income has risen. The divide in wages between the top end and the lower end has closed, where under Obama-Biden, it widened. It kept expanding. Median income fell. You know, wealth at the top grew. So he's once again in another setting saying exactly the opposite of what the math and the facts are. Do people that he's talking to believe him and not go check sort of the data? They do, right?
I think, Melissa, some of these folks are going to just wonder, is Joe Biden saying to them, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Look, American workers got $2,000 benefit in the middle class thanks to the president's tax cuts, which really were geared toward the people at the bottom of the economy, not the people at the top. And again, it just defies all good sensibilities that Joe Biden would go out there and say something that is patently untrue. I don't know that he knows it's untrue. I doubt that he's aware of that. But somebody wrote that for him, stuck it in the teleprompter, and he read it. But it just isn't so. Under Donald Trump, people in the manufacturing base did better. Women did better. Hispanics did better. African Americans did better. not just in jobs, but in the wages that they got paid. For the first time in 40 years, middle-class wages actually rose. And that $2,000 for the people in that working class group, that's a big amount of money for folks. Yeah. And they know it happened. They know they got it. I just, am astonished, but I think the Democrats' philosophy is if we just keep telling Americans something, we know it's not true, but if we tell them enough, and we know the media will be telling them the same thing because they're on Joe's side, maybe folks will believe it all the way to Election Day. I hope not.
We will see. Mike Huckabee, thank you for joining us.